guys, and welcome to Markez Films. And first of all, I just want to thank you for 45,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. The channel has grown very well, doing very well, and a lot of people are getting noticed about the stuff that this channel provides. Oh guys, so I want to remind you that to hit the bell notification icon right next to the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the uploads or any stop motion. If you're just fan of stop motion from this channel, just hit the bell notification button besides the subscribe button so you don't miss any uploads that I've been doing on this channel. So guys, yeah, today I'm going to be doing something very different from anything that I do on this channel. This is going to be new. I'm going to be talking about topics, opinions, giving some advice, and everything that has to do with with YouTube, with Marvel, with comics and all that stuff that I like. But the main thing about this channel are the stop motion, because a lot of people are loving those videos, and I mean I'm a fan myself of those stop motions. I like working with these action figures and all that stuff. Really cool. So yeah guys, by the way, have you seen the trailer that I did for the Infinity War? It was awesome. I mean, I really like it when I was watching it. Like, damn, that was top notch. Now let's talk about top notch. Okay, I was really impressed. I put a lot of work to it, and yeah, I was really happy with it. So guys, yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's right here down in the description below, or at the end of the video on the end links. That's going to be at the end of the video, of course. It was kind of funny because I didn't saw any comment from people that I used to talk to. I don't know, it's just so confused. I'm so confused. I don't want to say most of the time, but all the time I'm confused with a lot of people. Alright guys, so on this video I'm going to be talking about the MCU movies. Alright, before watching Infinity War, this is my timeline. I'm about to hit you with my kind of thing of the MCU movies, on how you're supposed to watch them. So I'm not going to be based on the release date, because some people watch this movie, by the release date of the movie, when the movie was released, or some of the timeline that is in the universe that doesn't quite make sense. So I'm going just to hit you with my thoughts about how you can watch this movie and why and all this kind of stuff. So I think this video is gonna be pretty long, so I hope you watch it to the end. And if you have another type of idea on how to watch the movies, you're very welcome to share it with others in the comment section. Do your list and share it with other people. That's really awesome. The community, that it's in love with this kind of stuff. With this, I mean, I really love Marvel, DC, Star Wars, all that stuff. But today, this is the year of Avengers Infinity War, something that Marvel has been working for 10 years. So that's why this is the year of Marvel. Okay, so we're going to be talking about this movie, and let's begin. And maybe you know this, but the first movie is going to be Captain America, the First Avengers. Now, why Captain America, the First Avenger? This movie was released back on 2011, and after this movie, it was released the Avengers movie. Okay, so some people watch this movie like the release date, you know what I mean? We're going to be watching first this one because it's the First Avengers. The first, the title itself, it is telling you that it's the first movie, the first Avenger that we're going to be watching. Alright? And when the movie starts, you can see that some explorers find Captain America on the ice. That's present day, or I don't know what year is taken, but that's present day, okay, present time. And then after that, when they found Captain America in the ice, frozen, and then after that scene, we finally begin the movie where Captain America, the origins of Captain America, you know, like 19 some, I forgot the year. So that's where the story begins. So you know the movie, how everything started, how Captain America got his power, how everything, you know, how he turns out to be the first hero. I mean, despising Captain Marvel, I don't know in what, you know, timeline she's gonna take place. I'm not so sure now. But for now, this is what we have, okay? So, and then when the movie ends, you know, like when he crashed the plane, and then he wakes up, you know, he wakes up on a modern day, you know. So that's where Captain America realized that he's no longer, you know, that he was in coma for. So that's where Captain America, the first Avenger, ends on modern day. So we have Captain America ready. So that will be the first movie. Now the second movie is going to be the first movie that was released back in 2008, and it's going to be Iron Man. This movie was the very first one that started the MCU, that started this whole thing with Iron Man. They started with Iron Man, but in this timeline it's gonna be the second movie. Okay, so this is the origin of Iron Man as well. A very awesome movie, I really like it. Okay, so this is gonna be the second movie. Alright, we learn about Tony Stark, the origins, you know, we get to know more about him, and by the end of the movie, at the end of the movie he say, I'm Iron Man. And the end credit scenes, you can see the Nick Fury steps in and he's like, you're just part of a bigger universe. So that's where, you know, the Avengers team idea came out, you know, like when Nick Fury wanted to create this the team Avengers. So that's going to be the second movie. Now the third movie, it's going to be the Incredible Hulk. And we know that this is a different Hulk from the one that we have now. The looks are so different, and the actor as well. This is a really good movie. I mean, it's not my favorite. It's kind of boring. I don't know. This movie also tells about the origins of Bruce Banner, but on the opening credits. That's so cool because, you know, they do the whole origins things of Bruce Banner becoming Hulk in the opening credits, and you can see little Easter eggs about, you know, the Agents of Shields and some Stark technology, and you know that this is already part of the, you know, of the Iron Man movie, that, you know, it's taking place in the same universe. So you're getting that idea, because also as well at the end of this movie you can see that the end credit scene, Tony Stark arrives, you know, trying to talk to General Ross, and you know it's Tony Stark. And he's like, what do you think about putting together a team? And then he's like, who's we? And Tony's like, you know what I'm talking about, man. So you know that Hulk is going to be part of the, you know, of this universe that it's building up. But the thing is that the end credit scenes, you saw Tony Stark and he's already Iron Man. Now for the second movie we have Iron Man 2, and this movie it's also about Tony Stark struggling with life and all that stuff. He's kind of dying on this one, so he had to find a new power source or something that doesn't kill him. And this is a really good movie. And on this movie we have the first time the introduction of Black Widow. Okay, so here we have the Black Widow in this movie, alright, and Agent Coulson, that he's talking about, you know, getting reassigned from to another mission, to another job. So that takes place in New Mexico. So at the end of the movie, the end credit scenes, you can see that Agent Coulson goes to New Mexico and he finds the hammer of Thor. Mjolnir. I don't know how to spell that. Say that. So you know that the next movie is going to be the God of Thunder, Thor. So you know that this is why this is the fourth movie on this universe. So we're moving to the next. Alright, so for the next movie is gonna be Thor. And this movie is not a favorite from many people. I do like it, this Thor. You know, this his personality of this Thor is how he's supposed to be, you know, not like the one that we have now. But okay. Alright, so this movie it's not like an origin movie. It's just how understanding who is Thor and what and how Mjolnir works, that he has to be worthy and all that stuff. And we learn about Loki, that he's going to be the next villain on the Avengers, the first one. And then alright, but at the end of this movie, Loki gets defeated, and the end credit scenes, we see that Nick Fury is already working on a secret facility, that he has the Tesseract, the Infinity Stone, that is the Space Stone, but they don't know that they have an Infinity Stone. They're just working with a Cosmic Cube. A Cosmic Cube is for them, okay? But they have no idea, you know, what truly is. So Eric Selvin is right there, and then Loki appears behind him. I don't know how or why, or it gotta be more explanation to it. And he's like, oh yeah, we might take a look at it. And yeah, it's a really cool, you know, fact that they're telling you, hey, Loki's coming back. So that's really cool. I like it. So we are getting ready for the first movie, Avengers. Now the next movie, it's Avengers, the mind-blowing movie of all time. Back in 2012, when I first saw this movie, I was like, oh my goodness, this movie, it's crazy good, it's awesome. I like this, I like it a lot. I watched it one time. I wanted to see it twice. And then by the end of this movie, you see that everyone takes, you know, several different paths. You know, they're like, okay, let me take a vacation. So they went away, right? But the fact is that Thor takes Loki to Asgard, you know, so he can get in jail or something over there on Asgard. So the end credit scenes of this movie, it's about one of the bad guys. I don't know what's the name of that monster, that creature, that he's talking about. That Earth has these other people, you know, and Loki has fell. And the dude that was sitting on the throne, it's Thanos. So we have our first glimpse of Thanos and the ideas that Marvel is planning. All right, that they want to do the Infinity Gauntlet comic movie version of it. All right, so that was really cool. You know, that was really cool. But we're gonna take the fact that Thor takes Loki to Asgard. So that's where the next movie begins for me. And it's Thor: The Dark World. This movie begins by storytelling about Malekith and all that kind of stuff. So that's just a quick brief. There's a quick brief to you about this new enemy, Malekith. When the movie begins, we can see that Loki is in chains. He just getting to Asgard. So that's, I guess, it's right away when Avengers ends. So that's why this is the next movie after Avengers. I know that it wasn't released, you know, after the Avengers 1, but the timeline, like, you know, it makes kind of sense that Loki is just getting to Asgard to, you know, to see the All Father, alright, Odin. So that makes more sense, you know, to me. Alright, but the end of this movie, I mean, we get our first glimpse to the next Infinity Stone. That it's the red stone, the reality stone. That is the ether. I don't know how to say it. But the end of this movie, the Asgardians takes this Infinity Stone to the Collector because they have the Tesseract already on Asgard. They took the Tesseract, the space stone, the ones that led them to teleport, you know. So they took the reality stone to the collector, and you can see a lot of stuff, you know, related to the Guardians of the Galaxy, you know. You're getting your first glimpse to Guardians of the Galaxy, alright? And then the collector is like, so that's where, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy takes place. It's gonna, you know, begin with Guardians of the Galaxy. It's going to be the next movie after this one. And here we have the other mind-blowing, successful movie, Guardians of the Galaxy. Alright, so this movie is an origin story about Peter Quill and about how the Guardians of the Galaxy became a team. On this movie, we get to see the third Infinity Stone, that is the Power Stone, the purple one. And as well, we have a first full glimpse at Thanos. And oh my goodness, when I saw this scene at the theater, I was like, oh my goodness. So at the end of the movie, the Power Stone, it's a Nova. The Nova Corps, it's at Sunder. And what we have from Thor is that we have scenes with the collector and all the stuff that was surrounding the place where the collector is. And that's why Thor was before this one for me, because it makes more sense, you know. So yeah, that's right. Alright, the next movie is kinda difficult, I don't know, because this movie was released is recently released last year, I believe. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and we don't have Infinity Stone on this one, or anything related to Thanos, or anything related to any other movies. But we have the second part of it. The director James Gunn said that this movie takes place a few months after the first one, so it was also taking place back in 2014. It has some other stuff that doesn't make sense to the MCU universe, but it makes more sense if you watch it right after Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and then watch this one. Yeah, because it's just a very independent story. It talks about the father of Star-Lord. He's a celestial eagle. Alright, the end credit scenes, we don't have anything of Thanos or anything else. We see Groot. He's a teenager. I mean, he's growing fast. Alright, so that's something for Infinity War, because he's a teenager in Infinity War. So we have a glimpse at Adam Warlock, the Cocoon, but I don't know if it's going to be related to Infinity Wars. I don't know. Infinity War, I mean. So yeah, this is gonna be the next movie. And then for the next one, we go to Earth for Iron Man 3. Now this movie, as well, a lot of people hate it. This movie doesn't talk about anything Infinity Stone or anything about Infinity War, anything. This is just another independent movie about the character, about his development. It's talk about the incident in New York, you know, that he has a glimpse. He's has some sort of disease already. He's scared. He's just not normal anymore. At the end of the movie, we don't have a good end credit scene, nothing. Only at the very end that Bruce Banner is listening to Tony Stark. So yeah, I hope I'm not missing anything from this movie. But yeah, it does has Avengers related, but not for Infinity War or other future projects. Now the next movie is one of my favorite ones, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Now this movie I love it so much. So on this one, we don't have Infinity Stone as well. We don't have. We learn about Captain America, his past, and all the events. He's now working for SHIELD. Alright. And then all of a sudden, his best friend Bucky Barnes appears. He's killing people. He's the Winter Soldier. he just have a lot of Hydra crap on his head. We have a glimpse to the Avengers new facility on this one, the Avengers new building. I mean, but it's a quick glimpse to it. It was, you know, very quick. And also we have a picture of Tony Stark as well, but that's it for any other cameo or reference to future movies. The thing that we're gonna be, you know, pointing out is the end credit scenes. You know, the end credit scenes, we have Baron Strucker that he's talking about an age of new stuff, so you know what's next, Age of Ultron. And we have our first glimpse to the twins, Wanda Maximus and Pietro Maximus. Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, that's where the end credits scene ends. And then, you know, we got the title, Captain America will return in Avengers Age of Ultron. Alright, the next installment of Avengers is Avengers Age of Ultron. We have introduced to Vision and Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch. We get the Hulkbuster fight versus Hulk. That fight was so good. And then on this movie we have Infinity Stone. It's a Mind Stone that was all the time was on the scepter of Loki, and Ultron put it into, you know, Vision forehead. Infinity Stone is on this one. And then Thor, at the end of the movie, we can see that Thor is getting, you know, he noticed that it's the 4 Infinity Stone that has appeared so far, so something's going on, so he's going to find out what the heck's going on. So you know who is planning all this stuff, you know who is getting ready for the big event. And at the end credit scene of this movie, we see Thanos again getting his Infinity Gauntlet without the Infinity Stone, but he did his gauntlet and said, "Fine, I do it myself." But that's the only thing that we have from this movie. And then the next one is gonna be Ant-Man, and this movie is about, this movie is after Age of Ultron, because we have several Easter eggs about Age of Ultron. This is an origin movie as well of how Scott Lang becomes Ant-Man. They talk about the Avengers, and Hank Pym is like, they're probably busy dropping cities from the skies. You know, that's Sokovia, you know, the Age of Ultron events. And then as well, when Ant-Man goes to the Avengers facility, it's an Tony Stark facility, but it's the new Avengers, you know. It's the new Avengers facility. So he gets there and he's like, oh my god, what are you? So we have as well a cameo from Falcon, that we already seen him in Winter Soldier, that I forgot to mention Winter Soldier, and we have him at the end of Age of Ultron, so the new Avengers. But that's why this movie takes place after Age of Ultron. At the end of this movie, you know, everything turns out to be good. He's a new superhero. And the end credit scenes, well, at the end of the movie, you know, like when Falcon is looking for him because he's looking for people. And then the end credit scenes, we have a little short clip scene from Civil War, that, you know, that is Captain America, Bucky, and Falcon, that they're talking about something that you don't know what they are talking about. And then Falcon is like, I know a guy. So he's referring to this one because it's where the title appears, Ant-Man will return. So yeah, you know that after this movie it's Civil War, and this movie is my favorite one from all of them, my top 1 movie. We have all the Avengers heroes. It's like an Avengers 2.5, 2.0. But they're fighting against each other because all the events, everything that they have caused, trying to protect in Earth. And here we have a lot of characters. The introduction of Spider-Man, Black Panther, and then we have Ant-Man as well. So the only ones that we don't have origin movies from Spider-Man and Black Panther. they just appear there. So this is a really good movie, but we don't have anything about Infinity War or any Infinity Stones. At the end of the movie, we have the end credit scenes. We have the Black Panther, the Bucky is in Wakanda, he's going to sleep. He's going to try to remove all that Hydra crap that he has. We also have another end credit scene about Spider-Man, and then the title that says Spider-Man will return. After this movie, it's going to be Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, why Spider-Man Homecoming? Because the movie starts when Peter goes, with Tony Stark to fight the other Avengers. He's recording, he's vlogging during the fight. And then the movie starts where, Tony Stark is dropping him off to his house. And then the movie, takes place in New York. It's not an origin movie, thank God. The end credit scenes, the bad guy doesn't die, Vulture, so they're just more likely they're going to have a revenge against Spider-Man. I don't know what's the plans of this movie, the sequel. But the other end credits is just Captain America saying that patience and alright. The next movie that I don't have, it's Black Panther. Why Black Panther? Because he's also at the beginning of the movie, the news is talking about the events of Civil War when King T'Chaka dies a week ago. So that's that's kind of right after Civil War. Black Panther is taking place, right after Civil War. So he's using his same old suit, and what's happened in that movie? He gets a new suit. We don't have anything about Infinity Stone that we thought that we will be getting a glimpse to the other stone, but no, we didn't get anything. So the other last Infinity Stone that is the Soul Stone is missing. We don't know where it is. There's a lot of speculation out there, but I don't know. We also don't have anything about related Infinity War throughout the movie, because the end credit scenes, the very last one, we can see Bucky that he was sleeping in some little house, but we have Bucky, and then he doesn't have arm. He's like a Jesus type. He looks like Jesus rising up. He's the White Wolf now. He's not Winter Soldier anymore. He's the White Wolf, and he's just getting ready for the big main event. So alright, for the next movie, it's going to be Doctor Strange. Now this movie, I know that it was released way back ago, I guess after Civil War, I believe it was released, but like I said, I'm not basing this timeline the way they release the movies. Why? I'm gonna explain that just about now. Alright, Doctor Strange is about an origin movie. We learn how Doctor Strange got his powers and everything, all that happens, Dormammu and all that kind of stuff that is also going on. And in this movie, we have a glimpse to the other Infinity Stone, the Time Stone. So we have already 5 Infinity Stones on the MCU. The Space Stone, the Power Stone, the Mind Stone, Reality, and Time Stone. Is the one that he has on the eye of Agamotto. He doesn't realize until at the end of the movie. Yeah, we have something connected to Infinity War, but why this movie is after Civil War, Civil War, Spider-Man, Black Panther, and then this one? Because the end credit scenes, we have Thor in there, okay, and he's like, I'm looking for my father, and all that stuff, and he's like, okay, I'm going to help you, and then the movie ends. So that means that the next one is gonna be Thor Ragnarok, because in this movie is the few minutes of this movie that it gets to that scene with Doctor Strange. It's kind of right after the movie. Right in the beginning of the movie. Odin dies and Thor and Loki goes to New York because that's where Loki left Odin. And then is where the scene that we saw at the end credit scene of Doctor Strange with Thor takes place in this movie, right almost right away. So that's why Doctor Strange is before this one and in between the other ones. So now, why this movie is the last one? Because at the end credit scenes, I mean, this movie doesn't tell you anything about any other Infinity Stone or any of Thanos. We are talking about just Asgard, on some other place. Hulk is in this movie. It's a really awesome movie. But at the end credit scene is the one that is very important, because the end credit scene we see Thor with his new outfit that he's going to be using on Infinity War. And when the ship is flying, and then the other ship of Thanos arrives, that's Thanos. Alright, he's about to collect his stuff. You saw that Loki has the Tesseract before Asgard blew up. Loki got the Tesseract, so he had it. Alright, so Thanos is like, hey, where's the Tesseract that you promised years ago? You can't play games with me no more. So I'm here to collect that. So that's what's going to happen on Infinity War. The directors Anthony and Joe Russo said that the movie is gonna start right after Thor. So that's why Thor is gonna be the last movie that you have to watch, to get ready for Infinity War. So and then Infinity War, and it's gonna be everywhere on April 27. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to watch this movie. It's a very special moment for a lot of us comic fans, MCU fans. That day is gonna be wonderful for everyone. So yeah, guys, that was my timeline. What do you think about it? What is your timeline? You can share it on the comment section below. And I also remind you to hit the bell notification icons beside the subscribe button. And also as well, guys, go watch the trailer that I did. That's going to be my last Avengers Infinity War trailer that I'm going to be watching, because I'm going to prevent any spoiler. That's why I delete the app Instagram, because Instagram is all about spoilers, man. So I'm coming back to Instagram after I watch the movie. But yeah, guys, please go and support the video, the stop motion that I did, recreation of the trailer, guys. Share it with your friends. Going to be fully working on my next stop motions towards my Infinity Wars series that I'm going to be doing. I know I'm kind of late, I'm kind of far away from my Infinity War series, but it's gonna be one hell of a ride, guys. It's gonna be unique among other people. I'm trying to make it the most unique I can, so you don't have to watch the same video. You're watching the same video from this guy, and then you're gonna watch the same thing with this other YouTuber, and then the same thing with me. I mean, okay, so I'm gonna try to bring you something different to the table, so you can enjoy it as well. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for your support to watch this video till the end, because I don't know, this video is gotta be long. So guys, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later.